Hello. Sorry. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay. I'm back. Give me a sec. Very quiet. Okay. Let me turn. Might be the wrong mic. Hold on. Okay. That should be better. Anyway, the camera is misbehaving. Basically, OBS just completely crashed on me. Just as I was going live. Anyway, give me a sec here. Let's see. Why isn't it? It's always one of those things where, yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna say hi while I still try to figure out why it's on my laptop camera. Hello, ABC. Hello, Cosmic Ray. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Cool. Hello, Dark Shades. Thanks for joining. I'm just trying to figure out why everything is kind of nutty. Hello, Steven? Yeah, while we wait for the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, too much vitamin D. Okay. Oh, hello, Dave. Hello, Dave. Is the audio okay now? Is it echoing? Oh. Hello? Is it echoing? Echo? Anywho, can you let me know if it's echoing? Anyway, yeah, so it's really kind of annoying when OBS decides to crash on you partway through. What in the world just happened to the video? That's weird. Very weird. Okay, cool. Yeah, funny enough, the audio is going through the right source, but the video is not. So I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, we'll just go with it for now. As you can see from the all-sky camera, so there was good news and bad news, and maybe okay news, but I had gotten the scopes out, polar aligned them, so that was good. Got everything aligned. I see your message. I see your messages. I haven't brought them on because I'm trying to figure out my camera. Yeah, no, it's not you. Yeah, so it was like I got it aligned and then clouds rolled in, but supposedly it's just a temporary thing. Let me see. Oh, nice. Nope, it doesn't work. Hold on a second. It's confused. Let me see if I can do this without crashing the stream again. Okay. That's interesting. OBS is in a bad state because none of the dialogues are coming up, which is kind of not ideal. Give me a moment here. I came close to bringing things on stream kind of the old-fashioned way, but let me see, quit that, hide that window, quit that. Okay, so let me try bringing it onto the monitor in front of me. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. So maybe, oh, this is going to be, well, we'll go with it. All right, let's, where is, oops, did not mean to do any of that. Gosh, this technology is wonderful. I'm trying to bring on the screen, but I can't. And I can't bring on the screen. None of the dialogues are working in OBS. It's really weird. And this could be a problem. Let me try. Let me see if I can do something real quick. I might, yeah, I need a producer. That's what I need. What I might end up doing, let's see if I can, yeah, I might need to, but let me see if I can actually do something here. Let me see if this works. This is definitely, oh. This might work. This might work. Let's see if this works. Okay, so let's see if this ends up doing something that voids my warranty. This is going to be kind of an interesting little experiment with streaming, and I'll get to the astronomy. The good news is it's cloudy right now, but it's supposed to clear in a bit, and I was going to show it to you on screen, but I might not be able to at this exact instant. But let me see. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try something highly experimental. Let's see. Okay, turn it on. Okay, let's try this. This is going to be over-engineered, but it might just work. I'm gonna stop the stream, but not hopefully end the stream. Will this work? We're about to find out. it worked. Oh, that is funny. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear? You know what's funny? I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I have a hardware encoder that I had used for streaming, and it's just like a ATEM mini. It's nothing super fancy, and it still has the stream key, and I'm using the same stream key. Anyway, long story short, I got the hardware encoder running, and I started it up, and I look, and I'm like, oh, I can change to YouTube's secondary server for streaming. And so I started streaming on the hardware encoder, and then I quit OBS. So I ended up switching over to the hardware encoder. So that's actually the thing. And that was still kind of wired up to the camera. And so that's going out onto the stream. Now I've lost like the stuff at the bottom of the screen. And and the sound is better. That's annoying. Yeah. The sound is better. Let me see what I can do. Unfortunately, I've moved everything over to OBS. So let me bring OBS back. I need to fix the sound. I don't know why the sound isn't better with OBS. Okay, now it's letting me change the camera. Okay. Oh, maybe that was the problem. Maybe the mic was still set to the internal mic. Anyway, so yeah, now we know what the more is. Oh, and that's hilarious. How is this working? Oh no, never mind. I have OBS over here. I brought it back up. It's all working again. And I brought up the chat, but so I'm gonna cut back. You're getting to see a live stream cut over between two different encoders, and YouTube's managing it all on their side. So let me start streaming. Okay, I'm streaming to Twitch. I ended up stopping it from both. Actually, before I do this, I think if you cut over to the secondary, you have to shut it off before it goes back to the primary. So we're about to find that out. Again, it's unnecessary levels of complexity, but that's how I roll sometimes. Whoa, wrong one. Okay, great. Boy, that was a long and winding road. Let's see. Okay. I'll fix this up soon. Let me fix this quickly. Pip. Pip portrait. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me try this. This is really overly complicated, but at least it let me do a stream cutover without completely breaking the stream. All right. Let's go close that, and then okay. That doesn't, oh, it's pip camera. Hold on a second. Anyway, I'm done fiddling with that. Okay, cool. That works. That works. We're ready to cut back to the stream, just because. Why not? Because that's where everything is set up. But this is good to know. This is good to know that if, for whatever reason, things go down, I can actually bring it back. One last thing. I'm trying to get the where is the mini PC? Okay, weird. Okay, boy, that was formatting. So, oh, I know why. That was something I did, and we are getting closer to cutting back. If somebody's watching this afterwards, they're like, "What is this person doing?" All right. Okay, and I just noticed my. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I am totally gonna go with this for now. So we are about to do a live cut over between a hardware encoder, because I am streaming to YouTube from OBS again. I got OBS fixed. Now I just need to go shut off the hardware encoder, and hopefully it won't break the stream. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Has it cut over? Testing 1, 2, 3. Aha! It cut over. Nice. Okay. It's a few seconds of being down, but it actually, what you just saw was a hardware encoder, but now it's on a software encoder. Got the overlay, got the all-sky camera. We're back. Complicated. But hey, at least I know I can do this now. All right, so that was a long journey. Let me go back. Yeah, Nebulas, clusters, and more. The more is live stream failover. Like, who knew? Yeah, jumping up and down. No, yes, don't cross the streams. Yeah, don't cross the streams. It would be very bad. I love it. Yeah, Houston, I have a problem, but I think I'm back. I think I'm good. Yep. All right. Wow, that was fun. But I learned something here. I saw one other YouTuber who does a lot of stuff with hardware encoders, and I wasn't sure. I've never actually done that before. Switch between two different encoders, and the good thing is I have a setting on YouTube. It auto starts the stream when it starts getting data, but there's a checkbox where you can auto end it if it loses data, and I have that turned off. So at least there's that. One other thing, question. I have a different set of music playing in the background. Is the volume okay? I just want to make sure. Just let me know. All right, so all of that was just so I could, oh, come on. Here we go. I could share a monitor. And I've also done something different with the overlay here. Unfortunately, I'm too high on the overlay, not in real life. Well, there's different ways of interpreting that, but let me see. Oops. Portrait. Actually, I wonder if I can do this the way you're supposed to do it in studio mode. because the circle's too high and it's gonna bug me. Yeah, we just want the time, not how atomic clocks work. Yeah, I know. Sorry. But yeah, so it did claim that, so these clouds are the ones that are going over, and I'm like somewhere in here, but it's supposed to clear up here, or high clouds. So I think it'll be fine in the next half hour or so. But while let me fix something here real quick. Sorry. Portrait. Okay. Camera. I redid, since my live stream, all of kind of the mechanics of things under the hood. Like, why is it doing that? Yeah, this might be something that I end up having to do. I'll just have to deal with it. Or, I guess it's not too bad. Anyway. All right, so, actually, okay, yeah, this might be, that's what happened. I end up having to do. I had to just have to deal with it. Or, it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, thanks. I just noticed that when I was looking at the actually stream. Okay, yeah, this might be, that's what happened. I end up having to do. I had to just have to deal with it. Or, it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, thanks. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to move this up here for no reason in particular. All right, have to deal with it's it's fine. With OBS, it does like this window capture when you want to show kind of the overlay with the picture-in-picture. Just wanted to. Oh, I'm now here for no reason in particular. All right, have to deal. Yeah, it's it's fine. With OBS, Okay, that should fix it, I hope. Yeah. The problem is because I have the screen, the monitor, a web browser on screen, it was basically taking the computer audio, and because I was playing a video, second sound channel, it was because I was playing drugs are kicking in. Let me listen, just give me a sec. I think the problem is let me see if this works. Testing 1, 2, 3. I think that's fixed now. The problem was I was watching the video. I was watching this. I was watching the stream. And so I was watching the stream or I had it in a window, unmuted. And because I shared the browser, the audio from the video from this stream got piped back into the stream. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, I fixed our buzzkill. Okay, good now. Okay. All right. So for future reference, I need to always make sure I have the encoder ready to go as secondary, so just in case OBS crashes, I can quickly cut over. All right, let me look at DMs, and actually, I see. So I've been making some changes to the Discord server. If you haven't joined it, let me drop a link to it. I think, because there is, people are often sharing astronomy related, like live streaming astronomy. And right now, Stephen is streaming the sun from Australia, from New Zealand. I don't know why I said that. Sorry, Stephen. Unsubscribe. Anyway, let me. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today. And no, nothing's kicked in. All right, awesome. I'm gonna put this on the screen right now, since it's. Stephen's really been kind of doing a great job of kind of live update. He often streams at night. Others stream at night. I know I sometimes I'll stream solar stuff and other things at night. But let me get to the Discord because, yeah, clouds are heading that way. That's unfortunate. Oh, I see him. You see him right here. Let me look at. So one thing I was going to do is, let me not forget this, but I was going to give an update on Starfront while we're waiting for these clouds to break. I'll give a Starfront update, and yeah, talk about that asteroid again. The near Earth asteroid. Oh, I see some clouds there. All right. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, oh, and the music. I need to mention the music. Okay, so let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure New Zealand takes it about as well as Canada. Canada takes it. Yeah. Live Big right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Dave is live. Dave was just in the chat here, so I'm going to return the favor. Go into his live stream. All right. So yeah, Dave's got some really interesting videos. He's been 3D printing a telescope, or he 3D printed a telescope. It's an astrograph. He also built his own strain wave mount and autofocuser and, yeah, a bunch of stuff. Actually, it wasn't even his first telescope that he built. Yeah, at a moment where, yeah, maybe I could have his stream within my stream, and then we have kind of like streams within streams now. Yeah. So let's see. Um, so I was just checking Discord. So a couple updates. So I had mentioned previously that, or I had a couple of videos where I was processing the humbug. I think he was possibly going to do some observing, but maybe the clouds rolled in, which I, I mean, look at what I'm dealing with here. I can totally relate. So I had on Saturday. I haven't streamed since then, have I? Or maybe I did. Oh yeah, I did stream. But on Saturday, I had driven up to where Starfront remote observatory is, and I dropped off the Seestar. And they've had it's not set up yet. You open a ticket once they receive it and say, give them any information, and when they do the installation. Now, because it's got equatorial mode, I imagine that they would want to do when it was clear, and they've had some of the same weather going through there that we've had going through here. Not except it was just much colder. Like, it was actually clear there last night, but the roof ended up closing partway through the night, I think, because they have a certain like weather related automatic kind of actions on the roof. And I guess it had gotten so cold. It got colder than I guess they had anticipated it getting. And so like it had a threshold where it ended up closing, but they ended up reopening it. But starting on the weekend, so it's cloudy there now, but starting on the weekend, like we can pull this up here. Starting on the weekend, is the all sky camera loading? The all sky camera's not even loading, but yeah, it's cloudy there right now, and so all the buildings are closed. So yeah, it's going to start being clear there on Sunday, and so I'm guessing it'll get installed around probably on Sunday or Monday. So that's the update on Starfront. Basically, there is no. I'm still waiting for the installation. One of the good things, yeah, they sent it to Ecuador. Yeah. One of the good things, I'm already kind of anticipating it'll be nice once it's there, because like it was cloudy here last night, but it was clear there. So I would have been able to live stream even if I didn't have scopes up and running. I mean, even if it was cloudy here. And like on Sunday, it's going to be clear there and cloudy here. But then Monday, it's going to be clear here and there. And so it gives options. I mean, that was like one of the three motivators for me. It was the kind of dark sky, better horizon, and just being able to an area that's not right near here. I mean, it's a few hundred miles away, so it's often clear there when it's cloudy here. And hopefully it didn't go to Ecuador. Yeah. Let me... So... Ellie. Yeah. Oh, okay. Dave has the scope set up. All right. Anyway, so what were the other updates? The music. This is just kind of a random aside. If you do YouTube streams, I had this. I had some background music on the stream, and I've gotten a number of not. There's differing levels of copyright claim. This one isn't a strike, but basically someone claimed the music, which was royalty free. But anyway, it's just annoying. I had to dispute it because the music was what do you call it? Stream YouTube friendly, royalty free. But this company, I think in Brazil, ended up claiming it as theirs, I guess. So anyway, so you may hear different music today. I might go back to the old one. We'll see. But for now, we have had more now nebulas and clusters. Yeah, I kind of edited the description because yeah, because I had planets in there, and I don't think I'll be doing any planets today. It's snowing in New Jersey. Wow. Yeah. That's I mean, yeah, it was like snowing in Texas further north, but we're far enough south. Although I did see in the forecast that there might be some flurries coming up. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, the final thing was there's been this talk of the 2024 YR4 asteroid, which I know Jeff was trying to image, but I think it's kind of a little too faint now. Good evening, Star Traveler. Thanks for joining. How's it going? So I kind of went down the rabbit hole of kind of looking at the looking at this, and it was discovered on Christmas Day. Or no, that was its closest approach. It was discovered 2 days afterwards, but it's they're basically, whenever they discover kind of a near Earth asteroid, they start trying to observe it more to try to refine its orbit. Yeah, no, that's not the Tesla Roadster. No, this is the one that was the one that has a small probability of hitting Earth in 2032. Yeah, 24th magnitude. Yeah, like some professional scopes. I think so. I was reading about it. I hadn't really followed it that much. This is the second. It was the second. So there's this thing called the Torino scale, which is basically how screwed are you when it comes to asteroids, and 0 is fine. Some of them, like in the low levels, there's something that would burn up in the atmosphere. Yellow starts getting a little bit, kind of. It has to do with like both the amount of damage, potential damage, but also it's got equations too, but potential damage and probability. And so this, I think, was a 3 on the Torino scale, which, as you can see, is in kind of the caution zone. It isn't. So there was an asteroid in 2004 that was a 4, and now this one is a 3. So this is the second highest on the scale. Now it's 7 years away. usually they refine the orbits and then the probabilities drop off. But so it was, yeah, what percentage do they start doing something? So the Torino scale, it does kind of make recommendations. Like they're saying, you know, new telescopic observations, if it's a 2, attention by public and by public officials is merited if encounters less than 10 years away, which is probably why we're hearing about it more, because it is a 3. And then, yeah, there's ones where, like, global catastrophe and, yeah, bad things. But that's why they do these asteroid surveys, to try to find these things plenty ahead of time, or far ahead of time. So they said it triggered, because when they said the impact probability was over 1%, it triggered the first step, which is get other major telescopes to try to get more accurate read on the orbit. Anyway, so I'll drop this this in the link. I mean, this in the chat. But they were saying, because it is kind of getting farther and fainter fairly quickly, starting in April of 2025, it'll be too far to image from ground-based telescopes, but James Webb might be able to image it. So they're scheduling on doing some observations between March and May this year. And it is, so 2032 is the concern, the year of concern, but it will be coming back in 2028. So that will, even if it kind of stays in the state where we're not sure, in 2028 they'll be able to refine it some more. And they've tried to estimate its size. They think it's maybe a few hundred feet wide, which would be about the same size as the Tunguska event, which happened in 1908, or what caused Meteor Crater. And so they've tried to do, like we did the thing with the occultation of whatchamacallit, of Mars by the moon. But asteroid occultations of distant stars are a good way of trying to measure how big the asteroid is, and apparently some people tried to do that and they weren't able to get anything conclusive from it. They did photometric from the VLT. So, I mean, they're bringing to bear some very big telescopes to try to get a more accurate read on it. Now, what I found interesting about this is, I guess they have enough of an accurate idea of the asteroid and where it is going to be in space, so much so that if it hit Earth, this is the corridor that it would be most likely, I guess, to hit, which is not ideal. Cutting across South America, Africa, over India. So definitely not ideal. Be equivalent to 500. It would be the size of like a decent sized hydrogen bomb, I guess, is the estimate if it impacted. Now, what I also thought was interesting, there is actually a 1% chance of it hitting the moon, which could be spectacular. The estimate that it might leave a mile-wide crater on the moon, or so that could be interesting if it Hopefully it won't hit either. But that was kind of interesting. I hadn't interesting in a. It's 7 years away, and there's a very good chance because other asteroids have you know kind of been a an object of interest, and as they observe it more, the number will drop. So because it's still 2 orbits away from something possible impact on Earth or Moon, and they just discovered it like a few weeks ago. They're still working on kind of the thing. Yeah, this, if it were to hit, this is where it would be. Yeah, where on the scale is oops. That would be the ones that are red. Those are the ones that are red. Threatening is orange. Certain collision is red. That's the one, like, localized destruction, possible tsunami, regional devastation, global catastrophe, tsunamis thousands of feet high, major firestorms. That would be bad. But these are less likely, and that's why it's important for people to for us to invest in these telescopes, the ones that do these surveys. So this one was discovered by Atlas, which I believe is also it's the one that discovers comets, like that one comet where it's like Atlas. This is kind of one of the automated. It ends up discovering a lot of comets too, because it's just looking for anything that's moving in within the solar system. Yeah, hitting the moon would make some cool pictures. Yeah, like would we do anything about it if it hit the moon? Like would it kick up enough debris? I imagine any debris it would kick up on the moon would, even if it came towards Earth, like even if its orbit ended up in a way that it eventually intercepted Earth, it would just burn up. But yeah, I imagine it would be pretty spectacular, because everybody's been focusing on kind of like, well, if it hits Earth, but I'm like, if it hits the moon, that could be interesting. That would be interesting in a non-threatening way. But yeah, that was an interesting little thing. The good news is they've already done. There was Deep Impact. What was it? Yeah, there was the Deep Impact probe that impacted a comet in 2005. So they've kind of been trying to, figure out like, what are these things made of, and would we be able to deal with it with just like a kinetic kind of thing, just run some spacecraft into it at a high rate of speed, and that would just kind of nudge it enough a few years in advance where it would miss Earth, or would there be other things that would be necessary? Is that something where they say that? Because that would be cool. I would do that. Yeah, interesting for lunar geology. Yeah. Yeah, my luck, it would be cloudy. It's like, it's gonna hit the moon, and then like clouds roll over, and then people are saying, this was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It's like, yeah, typical. Yeah. There you go. I like that. It's like, not only is it for science, it's for humanity. to keep all of us safe. Yeah, I like that. It's our duty. It's our duty to protect civilization by spending money on Rassus. I like it. But yeah, that was an interesting one because I'd seen a few other YouTube videos that had cropped up, and I hadn't actually had time to look at them, or maybe a little bit of them, and then I was like, well, let me just go read on what's going on with that, and I'm like, oh, well, it's still a few years out, and it is interesting. They did say that they won't be able to image it on its entire asteroid. They won't be able to image it with ground-based. They won't be able to image it its entire orbit, and with ground-based telescopes, it won't be visible after. Yeah, see, look at this. So it wasn't observed because of moonlight, and then after mid-February, it would require a 2-meter telescope. After March, a 4-meter telescope's required. After April 1st, an 8-meter telescope or better will be required. And then James Webb might be able to watch it until May or so. And then it'll be too faint for it. But hopefully, with the extra data, it'll the percentage will go down. Yeah, they said some people were saying it might not be visible, but then others said it might even be visible in daytime. And they actually said, so they've also mapped out potential impact zone on the moon. It would be on the visible side of the moon, but it would be in the shadow, I think. Where did I read that? Or on the, like, the unlit side. But yeah, so that could be interesting. Yeah, protecting humanity $1,000 at a time. Actually, yeah. I mean, we do have some, like, if it comes close enough to, that would be the ultimate irony if they determine that it would end up hitting James Webb. It's like especially if James Webb does the calculation to determine that the asteroid's going to hit the telescope, because that's in an orbit that's like, isn't it like 1 million kilometers away from Earth or something? So yeah, that could be interesting. And there's other spacecraft out there. Definitely wouldn't be, if it ends up hitting the moon, that would not be the time to have a moon base just, nearing completion. That could be unfortunate. But anyway, yeah, so that was my kind of update on the asteroid. It does look like it might, I mean, this it's hard to tell in the visible kind of image, but once it goes to the night, it looks like the back of this is like a high haze. And that's as of 20 minutes ago. So yeah, maybe, hopefully it won't take too much longer. We can't tell where it's going. Yeah, it's like yeah, that would be bad. It's like it's not going anywhere. It's just like seems like stuck in the sky, but it's getting brighter. Gulf of America. Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Yeah. Anywho, so what else? What else was there? One thing I was thinking is if it doesn't clear, this might be a truncated live stream. But And it's unfortunate because at one point I had like sub-arc minute alignment, polar alignment. Um, but let's see. All right. But yeah, unfortunately, on a night like tonight, Starfront wouldn't have helped me either. So I'm gonna have to get another observatory or another telescope for another place, or we'll just watch the sun in New Zealand. Every time I watch Steven's live stream, I think about how pleasant that looks there in New Zealand. But yeah, let me go look at the chat. I think I'm gonna take a sip of water too. Actually, is there something I can look at with the all sky? Yeah, like I say, I got Nina up and everything, and I've got. The good thing is it didn't take me. Maybe it's time for a cloud viewing scope. Yeah. I mean, I did get this all kind of dialed in. I got Nina. I did the polar alignment was pretty close. I got the guide camera kind of all focused. Maybe that was the problem. I was like too prepared, and Clouds had other ideas. Now, let's see. Earlier today, I did an unlisted. See, another reason to join the Discord is I'll sometimes do unlisted live streams, and then I'll just share the link on the Discord server. And earlier today, I don't think it was that. I don't think anything really exciting happened on the sun, but I was imaging it earlier. Let's see. This is a time lapse of maybe an hour. But it was pretty cool. I mean, not a ton of activity on the sun in hydrogen alpha, but there were some nice prominences along the side. So that was cool. Yeah. One thing I need to do, I want to do, is get a better solar telescope. I did mention it earlier, but I'll mention it again. It's fine since it's cloudy here. I'm not sure when it'll be up and running because it is in equatorial mode. I imagine they'll have to do that when it's clear. And it was, since I dropped it off, I think there was definitely one clear night, but it was also it was last night when it was particularly cold there, and the roof ended up closing itself. I guess it was too cold, but then they forced it back open. Because it has like a sensor, weather sensors, I guess. So if it's outside of certain parameters, it just auto closes. Like if there's precipitation in the area or whatever. In the case last night, I think it dropped below a temperature threshold that they didn't expect it to drop below. And so anyway, so last night wouldn't have been a good night for that anyway. It was cloudy there tonight, and it's cloudy there until Sunday night. So I'm guessing it'll probably go in Monday, hopefully. But like I say, since it's equatorial, they're going to have it. They're going to have to be doing it in the evening instead of just setting it up ahead of time. Hello there. How's it going? It's thanks for joining. It's been a while. But yeah, at some point I'm gonna get a better solar scope here on this. Although part of me is kind of not sure if I'm gonna do that because of if it goes into the solar minimum, would it even be worth it? But hopefully it will clear soon-ish. Yeah, it's been a while. How have you been doing? Unfortunately, oh, I see. Maybe this is towards the tail end of it, because at one point it was just like solid with no kind of holes. Oh, okay. No, that's still thanks for stopping by, even if you're just passing through. Appreciate it. Yeah, so hopefully this will clear, because I've got everything ready to go. Everything's aligned. I've got the SV Boni filter in the refractor. The Seestar is ready to go. It's just looking at clouds right now, or I should say, the one Seestar that's here now. Oh, I stopped Alp. The one Seestar that's here is just imaging clouds. The other one is at Starfront. I even plugged it in this time, so hopefully no power mishaps with the Seestar. And although the storage I noticed was getting a little low, you can see the clouds are starting to move. So maybe just maybe, we'll clear up here in a bit. Now the unfortunate thing was I was hoping to image M42, but thanks to my terrible skies, or not terrible skies, but terrible clearance. It's getting, if it clears up soon, I'll still be able to image it, but if it takes too much longer, I guess the plan B, actually, I need to do, I wanted to capture some data on the Seagull Nebula, because that's part of the monthly challenge on the Discord server. So maybe we'll do that. And before I forget, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. It does help the live streams a lot. I do appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I'm like super eager to, of course, to get the Seestar up and running, because I think it'll be great to have between better dark skies, better horizon, and just being able to do observing when it's cloudy here will be really good, because I want to try to do like a have like Monday, Thursday, Saturday streams, if possible. Like if it's clear here or at Starfront, I would do that. And then if it's clear other nights, I might not have a live stream. Like if it looks like other nights will be clear, and then I can work on some other things, maybe image some other targets, or work on Alp some to fix some of the lingering issues, because there's going to be the total lunar eclipse is going to be next month. So I've been wanting to fix up the lunar mode. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at like the way smart telescopes are, um, and gosh, 7 years from now, yeah, and smart telescopes specifically have been making a lot of changes. So imagine they'll be like, oh, I see some brief stars through the clouds. So that's encouraging. um, Jack Horkheimer. Yeah, no. I used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. There was there were a couple things. And it was one of them. They would show it on our local PBS affiliate at like 6 in the morning, and I would get up on school mornings that early and watch it. Just, yeah, 400 Astro cable channels. Yeah, Star Hustler. Yeah, yeah. But I would get up really early, just to watch that. Um, what is a full Astro setup? Um, oh, 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 I see. I have a feeling there with full Astro setups. Yeah, I mean full Astro setup. Yeah, I mean that's maybe at least smart telescopes. There'll be a lot more. Unlock core memory just before Doctor Who. Wow. Yeah, on PBS. Um, a full Astro setup JWST. I would take one, although I don't think I could afford to run it. Mount telescope guiding camera Astro CPU. Um, like especially with smart telescopes, I could see. I mean, we're just seeing kind of the beginning of them, and yeah, I could definitely see a lot more of those. And who knows, that might be. I don't want to call it the default, but I could see. I mean, like just the way ZWO kind of outside of the Seestar, where they have the ASI Air, like they're building an ecosystem. Um, yeah, yeah, full Astro setup. It is kind of. I mean, it is. It is. Um, clear skies up on the Flame Nebula. Nice, nice. Which reminds, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the clouds are kind of on the verge of breaking, and they were supposed to. Like, basically, there would probably be some high clouds, but it would be enough to shoot through. Um, it is funny, like the skies are so bright here that you can really see the clouds moving. Um, Sears Tasco Smart Scope. Yeah. Yeah. Or get a Costco telescope of smart scopes at Costco. Of course, they probably already, who knows what they might already. Um, Let me look at the other, like theoretically, this is slightly, oh, we've lost the sun in New Zealand, but we get to see people out in the out in the ocean or in the bay. So let me try grabbing a frame here. I'm just curious what this thing sees. Like I say, this is the best alignment I've ever had on this telescope. Best polar alignment. Just typical. But next week, supposedly, we're going to have a few days where it'll be clear. Oh! I saw some brief stars there. That's encouraging. It'll be mostly used for automated deer hunting. It'll do double duty. I like that. It'll be in multiple colors, including camo colors. I mean, that makes sense. It could do double duty. Could, in low light, could watch deer or the stars. Makes sense. Up, some stars. Few stars. Real tree in NASCAR. I like that. It's getting close. I feel like it's getting close. The fact that I keep seeing some stars through the clouds there. Of course, hopefully this won't last for like too long, because I mean, this has happened before. It'll be kind of bad shape and then suddenly everything just clears up. Meanwhile, hopefully it clears before Orion goes behind a building. I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll move on to the Seagull, but we'll give it a bit more time. And then if it doesn't get better, what other things came up astronomically? Oh, speaking of things poking through the clouds, I see the sun in New Zealand. Let's see if there's any comets that we can't see right now because it's too cloudy. Because there was... It's taking its time. Let's see. I feel like once I have the scope at Starfront, well, once that's up and running, I feel like hopefully things will be more predictable here. I'll just plan for always being ready from both, unless it's 100% cloudy or 100% clear. Now the Cobb site is not responding. That's weird. Let's see, how are we doing here? We're getting closer. This was 20 minutes ago, and I'm kind of in here. So, yeah, for all the neat southern stuff. Yeah. I mean, Stephen and Seiko do. They will share stuff on the Discord server from the southern sky. Some pretty neat targets, and it was bugging me again. I was looking at Stellarium, and I had turned off the horizon, and I noticed that. I mean, it's like 10 degrees below the horizon. I think it's 10 degrees below the horizon. The Large Magellanic Cloud, and I'm like, So close and yet so far. Oh well. Let's go look at this. No, not this one. This one. Yeah. I'm gonna have to, what else was there? Yeah, if it doesn't look like it's going to clear anytime soon, I might just, it kind of frustrating because we're not going to have any clear weather here for a few days. Allegedly, it was clear right now, but we see how that turned out. Yeah, see, all through the weekend, nothing. But then Monday, possibly. And if Starfront gets the telescope installed Sunday, maybe I'd go live on Sunday because it'll be clear. Cloudy near sunset. Yeah, that's nice. Unfortunately, yeah, it was beautiful. It was nice and clear before sunset. Like, you can even see, like, there's all these images of me setting up this scope here. I brought the camera in. But yeah, like, look at this. It was gorgeous, gorgeous clear skies here. And then, you know, and even images of me kind of working on getting it polar aligned. My laptop sitting right in front of the all sky camera. Yeah. And then literally, look at this. I get it polar aligned, and then I go inside, and within, I mean, there's like 2 or 3 images a minute. Like within moments of me going inside, like 2 or 3 minutes, clouds roll in. Like it was waiting for me to go inside. It's like, I mean, like that's just oh nice. Working to get the scope set up. Start working on Alp. Cool. Huh. So it's still giving those sensor disconnect errors. That's weird. Yeah, cosmic ray. Yeah, see here I was looking at the laptop, checking my alignment. Not a cloud in the sky. Maybe a little haze there, but looked pretty good. And then just, yeah, okay, so this, I went inside at 7:03, and at 7:05 clouds start rolling in, literally within 2 or 3 minutes of me walking inside. It's like it was waiting for me. It was like, I mean, the timing, that is bizarre. So bizarre, so bizarre. Clouded, but should clear soon. Nice. Schedule edits. Oh, nice. Yeah. Alp. The Oh, anyone here doing solar imaging good enough? Is good enough? I mean, what are you saying, like doing kind of close-up still imaging of it? These clouds. And watch, if I were to end the stream, it would it would clear up like 5 minutes later. But if it does, if I were to end the stream and it's still at like a normal hour, I wouldn't necessarily stream on YouTube, but I'd go ahead and stream to Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord server, definitely do that. Gonna have a drink of water again. It's been since it got colder here, it's gotten a bit drier. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you'd call it. It depends on what you consider good, but I do have a hydrogen alpha scope, and I do sometimes stream I'll stream it during the day. Let me see. I feel like my focus was a bit off today, so I'm not sure if I was 100% happy with that. The one thing that, if I were to get something today, I would consider getting a Solex. And as a matter of fact, I've thought about getting one of those. Nope, moon. I need to clear off this computer, clear off some of the disk because it's, nope. Well, it's been a while since I imaged the sun before today. Let's see. I mean, this is just a GIF of it. Oh, I was dealing with clouds there. That's why it's glitching like that. I have this setting in SharpCap where it'll generate a GIF after it's done. Actually, what would be better is if I just play the... It does use a lot of space. This is 66 gig video file. Because it's, even though it's a time lapse, it's only doing 1 frame per second, but it's raw, so... Now, I only have a single stack telescope, so it's, there's... And the focus might not be ideal. I'm using a color camera, and I'm shooting in mono, and then the stacking software. This is a live stack, like a still frame from a live stack, and it yeah. So it's so you don't get as much detail, but you do get some detail. You get filaments, you get prominences, flares every once in a while. Let's see. What day was that where I actually had a proper flare? Yeah, I thought it was... Oh, this is February, yeah, so it would have been... Maybe it was back in January? Oh, this one. This one I like. This is 108 gig. Oh no, maybe this isn't the one. And because I'm using it on an alt-azimuth mount, that's why it's rotating like this. Is this the one? No, this wasn't the one. There was one day where it wouldn't have been that day. Nope. Maybe I deleted, not deleted it, but dumped it off the so here's like the live stack, but without being colorized. So I've kind of been fiddling around with the settings a bit. Oh, nice. Talking about southern sky stuff. Here, here's some of Destin's photos from the Seestar. From yeah, he'll share these in Discord, and also like he'll have it live stacking, and yeah, some really neat targets. I like that one. That's really cool. I mean, they're all cool, but that one's... I don't even know what what many of these are. Very... But yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Very nice. Hello, Donkulus. You're just in time for being clouded over. Although it's been that way since literally a couple minutes after I got the telescope set up and walked inside, it clouded over. So as far as the solar telescope, I would if I were doing it over again, I would consider getting one of these. Is this the... Yeah. This one is really cool because it's basically it's a what was it, a spectroheliogram? What is it called? Yes, a spectroheliograph. And basically it scans across the disks, the sun's image. I mean, across the sun's disk. So it's not like taking the whole image. It kind of scans it like a copier, and then software puts it together. But it only takes like a few seconds to do it, so you can do animations with it. But the thing that I find fascinating about this, specifically this instrument, it's just the instrument. Like you can get the optics and then 3D print the enclosure, and you use it on an existing refractor. And the thing I find cool about it is it's multi-frequency, whereas like the solar telescope I have is just hydrogen alpha. And so you see hydrogen alpha and that's it. And it's like, it doesn't have an interchangeable filter. It's like, attached, the hydrogen alpha filter. Whereas with this Solex, you can do calcium line, helium, hydrogen alpha. You can do white light. You can even do, it actually acts as kind of like a coronagraph. So, well, this isn't a coronagraph, but it also can do Doppler readings. So here you can see the rotation of the sun. Like this area is blue shifted and this area is red shifted. You can see Doppler shifted within the sunspots themselves. My dropping frames. That's a great point. Let me check. I forgot I had a bunch of chaos earlier at the beginning of the stream. Nope, wrong window. Stream information. Okay, stats. Where did the window go for stats? Oh, I think OBS is having heartburn again. I hope not. Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately, I think it's because I'm multi-streaming. Next time I might not multi-stream. Oh yeah, oof. Sorry. I see the stats at the beginning at the bottom now. It says I've dropped 6.7% of the frames. Yikes. That's pretty bad. Yeah. The problem is, so I'm using OBS instead of the hardware encoder I usually would use. And I think part of the problem is I'm using the multi-streaming requires me to use a software encoder. And so I need to try this again. Not multi-streaming, just stream to YouTube and do a and see if the hardware encoder, because it wouldn't let me use the hardware encoder with the hardware encoder on my laptop. Yeah, it's completely clear. Oh man. Yeah, that's always rough when you're like too wiped to do anything. Yeah, so you can do. Okay, you're shutting down now. Yeah, so yeah, it'll detect the Doppler shift. It also can do helium line, which you don't tend to see. And here is using the green line of ionized iron. They're able to see the E corona, like the E part of the corona, and then they have it sitting next to a solar dynamics observatory image at the same time, so you can see that the structures correspond. So it isn't like just synthesized, it's actually seeing some of the inner corona. But yeah, basically it's kind of this two-legged thing with some optics and a kind of a diffraction grating in it. And so it does. And I think the whole thing, depending on if you 3D print the kind of the enclosure, I think it's like $400 or something. So it's cheaper than any solar telescope, but yet it gives you, you have to use standalone. I mean, you have to use a telescope, like you still need the optics, but it would give you a lot more flexibility. But I would definitely check that out. If, like I say, if I were starting over, and I'm tempted to go ahead and get one of these at some point. Just seeing where. Yeah, and so it has, yeah, so it imaging, close-up imaging of the prominences, and then just, yeah, it's pretty cool and really kind of fascinating. I feel like that's something, I mean, it's got a few precision parts in it, but the rest is like 3D printed, and it was developed by, you know, it's like an open source design. Oh, hello, Corin. Good evening. Thanks for joining. Yeah, yeah, OBS can be tricky. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try again with a hardware encoder. I could actually try it right now, but I don't. I feel like I've already done that once. Yeah, while you stream. That's true. That's true. But this is really cool. I mean, like watching this with the so it's the red and blue wings of the H alpha line, so you can basically see the stuff that's moving towards or away. It's just, I think that's just really cool. Yeah, the E Corona, and yeah, I definitely would check that out, because the price isn't too bad, and the capabilities are amazing. Like, so this is from the Solar Dynamics Observatory. It does like magnetic imaging of the sun's surface, and they're able to do kind of some of that as well, a lower fidelity version of it, but still pretty cool. Anyway. Let's see. It looked on the verge of clearing there for a moment, but of course it didn't clear. She's already sleeping. That's no child labor. Yeah, that's too bad. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of disappointing. Let me see if it looks like it's. See, sometimes these clouds, I don't know if it's Houston or what. It just, like, it's almost like it's training. No, it's getting closer, but it's slow. I mean, this was as of half an hour ago. Let's see. Yeah, it still might be an hour out from being clear. Or even then high cloud, so that's frustrating. The all sky camera, I mean, it's a Raspberry Pi, a Pi 4. I'm just using the Raspberry Pi HQ camera. You can use kind of like the smaller camera, but I have the HQ with like a lens I got off Amazon, like a 10. Well, actually, not even. It wasn't off Amazon. This was like one of their standard lenses. It's like $10 because I don't need a fisheye because of the bad kind of skies. I mean the restricted skies. If I had a fisheye, you'd just see it would mostly be building. And then I'm running open source software, and that just free. Yeah, and there's a couple of them. This is one of them. But that's all. Like, I just basically install, just have Raspberry Pi OS on it, and then installed the software, and that's it. Works great. There's also another one that's like this one historically has had limited camera support. Like it supports ZWO cameras. So if you have like a spare astronomy camera sitting around, it'll support it. Because some of the ZWO cameras come, I guess, with like a little wide angle lens, so you can use it kind of almost out of the box. They've added some more support for other cameras, but then there's another project, Indy All Sky INDI, and it supports any INDI or any camera with an INDI driver. So it's a separate project. Yeah, I mean, they're not too bad. It's a little Linux box, but it's pretty user friendly. Yeah, as soon as I stop the stream, it probably will clear up, which is, I mean, that was ridiculous. Like, I literally walked inside, and within 2 minutes, the clouds had started rolling in. Like 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, that just. Yeah, they did add a bunch of support. Actually, I actually have it. Okay, yeah. So it runs on all these different Pi models, ZWO, Raspberry Pi, RG cams. So like these are some interesting cameras that you can get off Amazon. Waveshare, IMX. That's cool. Yeah. But it's the other project is this one, INDI Sky. And actually I plan on installing that on another Pi, because I have a few Pi 4s. But it has it works similarly. It also does aircraft tracking. So if you have a software-defined radio kind of USB device, you can plug that in and have a little antenna, and you can do an overlay of, so when a plane goes through your field of view, you know which one it was. Lodge a complaint with Southwest or whatever. Now this supports like dew heaters and temperature sensors. The other all sky camera does support a lot of this too. Lux sensors, GPIO, mechanical focuser. Yeah, so I've been wanting to try this one out on a different Pi, because I have like an extra camera sitting around too, and it supports, yeah, because of the INDI support, it supports ZWO, SVBony, QHY, TubeTech, Altair, Player One, DSLRs. But I think they're both. I've seen both of them used by people. I think this one's the more popular one, but this one's also pretty cool. Yeah, the clouds are very frustrating. Hello, Seiko. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Yeah, hello, Astrocris. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna pull it up because it's like so ridiculous. At least for me, where I am. So I was out there setting it up, and so see that was at 6:55. You can even see my laptop sitting in front of the all sky camera. 7 o'clock, 7:02. I went live at 7:30, so 7:03, 7:04, or 7:03. This was at the point I went in, 7:03:31. And by 7:05, you can start seeing clouds coming in. So a minute and a half after I walked in the door, clouds started rolling in. And within a few minutes, it was like completely clouded. Yeah, so super frustrated. Yeah, so no, so the camera I have is actually just the HQ camera. It's the it's not anything special. I mean, I shouldn't say not anything special. It's the it's not a no IR camera. I didn't remove the HR cut filter from it at all. It's just this basically. And you have to add a lens to it. It takes C or CS mount lenses. So yeah, it's not IR. It's just the software. Like in this case, it's doing 5-second exposures, and it can go longer too. So it targets a certain brightness and it adjusts the gain and exposure as necessary. Yeah, works pretty well. Yeah, the IR and no IR cam. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. Yeah, I don't know how it would be interesting to see how it looks with like the sky in IR. Helps if I knew how to spell. All sky thermal cloud. That seems slightly excessive. What in the world? The things you find. Wow. Polished aluminum sphere that reflects onto a thermal camera. Of course, where are the photos? I want to see photos of what this thing produces. That's disappointing. I wanted to see what a all-sky thermal camera looked like. Yeah, well, that's not giving me what I want, but oh well. We tried. Think you'd have faster frame rates? Yeah, it's possible. My stream is stuttering. Wow, the drop rate's gone up. Another reason to end the stream, possibly. It's because I'm multi-streaming and I'm using a software encoder, and I guess it's not happy with that. So, yep. Hello, Hein. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Added 2 subs from my first morning testing my all sky. Nice. Nice. No, don't leave us. But I'm stuttering. Stuttering. Actually, you know what? I could try. Because, like, there's literally nobody on Twitch. Let me see if this helps the stuttering rate. Or the drop frame rate. Okay. I stopped on Twitch. Oh, that's lovely. The stats it was giving me were for Twitch. Need to upgrade to a supercomputer. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily a supercomputer. I could get, what do you call it? A PC with like some NVIDIA monster graphics card. Um, let's see. Yeah, that's weird. Hopefully it'll stop with the stuttering, but I can't. Unfortunately, the stats. Oh, okay. Well, that's not helpful. It's only showing me, because of the way I set up the multi-streaming, the Twitch stream is the primary. So that's not showing me the stats that I would want. All right. Yeah, Seestar. Yeah, exactly. That's all I need. Then I can have smooth. Although to be honest, I'd rather spend the 3,500 on something astronomy like another telescope or something. Oh, cosmic rays causing bit flips. Where was that? Discord. Sorry. Okay. I briefly got lost there for a sec. All right. Let me go bring up. Where was that? Archon Ray, where was that? Sorry, where did you post the article? I got lost because it's I looked in the. Did I not look in the right place? I might not have looked in the right place. I remember seeing it. Just forget where I saw it. Because I've been cluttering up the Discord server. Yeah, no, it was a few days ago. Yeah, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, about cosmic rays bit flipping computers. I saw some mention of that again recently, but yeah, makes sense. Is that the quantum chip? Definitely. Yeah, the quantum chip. Oh yeah, no, that wouldn't be for sale. Maybe researchers or something, I don't know. Or they just, not even researchers. Because a lot of those quantum chips require like liquid helium cooling or something. So they might have it like I saw an article from Azure, so maybe they have it in their cloud service. Or maybe they will eventually. Topo conductor. I mean, all these words, all new stuff to learn. Quantum chips, qubits. But yeah, a lot of these, I think they're cooled by like liquid helium or something, or liquid nitrogen. That's cool. Yeah, just build a supercomputer. That would be easier. Build a cosmic ray observatory out of a grid of RAM. That would be interesting. Wow. I'll dump this article. Yeah, cosmic rays. Yeah. I mean, they do have that problem with spacecraft. What was it? Oh yeah. So as far as your question, Aster Chris, I'll drop the link in the description again. But I was going over the asteroid that might hit Earth. Uh, and that led me down a rabbit hole to the Torino scale. And but that one was yeah, I mean it's only a few percent chance, and they're working on kind of refining the orbit. And if it were to hit Earth, this is kind of, I guess, the risk corridor of where it would hit, somewhere in there, which isn't great. Oops. I'm sorry, I'm behind on the chat. Cosmic Ray, are you bit flipping my PC? Okay. Post it in random. Let's look at that. Oh yeah. The universe is hostile to computers. Well, that sounds it doesn't sound at all alarming. Oh right. It was on Veritasium. Let me I'll drop that link. Well, no, the thing I didn't realize, yeah, we wouldn't want it to hit Earth, but when I was reading about it, they said there was more than a 1% chance also that it might hit the moon, which could be interesting, and it would hit on the near side, on the visible side of the moon, so it could be quite that could be interesting. That could be, yeah, it'll be, oh, any impact. So it's over a 4-minute period. If it impacted before 1518, it would be in the shaded part of the waning gibbous moon. So that would be interesting. That would be spectacular if it hit the moon and not Earth. Like just hit the moon. That would be cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Wow. Wow. 18 bits. Yeah, I mean, like servers will use like 10 bits, I think, to help with yeah, random bit flips. See, I see Jupiter. I see Jupiter right there, barely. But yeah, it's a lot more hostile in space for computers. So let's see, is this? Oh, this might not even be. This might be pointing at a. Is that a cloud or pointing at a building? Yeah, yeah. The thing about yeah, in 1178, where something might have hit the moon like that. Yeah, that would be kind of, that would be impressive. Oh yeah, nice. Space tech rabbit hole. No, I just noticed something here. Sorry, I just realized that the chat are being cut off. all sky. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, sorry, fixing. Oh, that's interesting. Hawkeye 64 megapixel. I know ArduCam had a camera. Oh, it is an ArduCam. It's the Hawkeye. Okay. Is that? Yeah. That's cool. Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, yeah? Yeah? What is my was there any thoughts on what my problems might be? I feel like it's teasing me. It's trying to break, the clouds are trying to break up. And this is from 20 minutes ago, and I would be like here. So could it have moved? Could have moved. Maybe it's about to clear. Watch, it'll still take longer. Meanwhile, Starfront is cloudy, which is kind of a bummer. And of course, it's almost perfectly in time for the Orion Nebula to go behind a building. But the horse head might be briefly visible. And that assumes that it clears soon. I mean, even the Seagull Nebula I might run out of time for that one. Maybe I'll just try the Seagull if it clears. No, that's a Rasa. I don't have a Rasa. That combination wouldn't work anyway. Okay. All right. Yeah, $60 for that camera is not bad. Let's look at that. .64 megapixel. So they have a board where you could have 4 of them. Because of course, why not? Wow. Do they have any dark images? That's good low light. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, supports Pi 4. Nice. Yeah, that's true. That's like comparable in price to the HQ. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to know. Um, I'm at IMAX 682. That's cool. Oops. Ah, I see some blue. Yeah, exactly. So little time, so little money too. Discord screenshot. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, definitely check out the Discord. It's in the general channel. Oh, nice. Fisheye. Sea lens. Uh, it's so close. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go back to actually what I was going to do was exit Nina. And I was actually going to bring up Sharp Cap. Oh, nice. That's cool. They have some neat cameras. I haven't gotten any of them yet, but I have looked at them in the past, and wrong mount. So I need to go to where is settings? Settings. And hardware, and switch from the on step to this one, and okay, and bring up the camera, switch from mono to 16, turn on the thermal again, just in case it does actually clear. Connect. $55 for that one. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Is that moving? Just trying to tell if it's actually pointing at clouds or if it's pointing at a building. I see a big patch of clear right there. Let me see. Oh wow, Mars. Mars is the thing that's almost overhead. Jeez. I mean, there are some nice big patches of clear. Gosh. All right. It feels like it was almost clearing there. I wonder if I could point it towards. Unfortunately, I don't have visibility that way, so let me see if I can figure that out. All right. Okay. Okay. And oh, that's coming. I actually do have a camera pointing west. It's not a sky camera, but it is not looking promising to the west. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah. It is not looking promising to the west. So these clearings, I think, are just kind of to get my hopes up. Yeah. Because it's coming out of the southwest, and to the southwest it doesn't look any better. Although, then I see that. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's enough of these kind of holes, but it's not really clearing in a sensible way. Let me check one more time. On the other hand, it kind of looks like maybe we'll give it a few more minutes. Let's see what I could possibly image. See, I feel like even the seagull is going to be behind a building soon. Well, that's kind of disappointing. Super disappointing. Let me see what this is doing. Part of me is just wanting to try to point it at something. Yeah. I'm just gonna try pointing off towards M81. I mean, it'll fail on the plate solving, but it should be pretty accurately polar aligned. Stop. And close. And let's look at it. Yep, now it's pointing kind of the way it needs to point. But whether or not that'll actually amount to anything. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I am too. I am too. Hopefully Sunday will be clear at Starfront. It's going to be cloudy the next few days. So my hope is Sunday maybe they'll get it set up. But that would be cool. Because then, yeah. And they're supposed to be, like when I go look at their weather, when I look at their weather, so it was kind of cloudy here. I guess according to this model, it was cloudy, so that seemed to be accurate. Sunday, it looks kind of like it might be okay. But then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday also look okay. So, if that ends up holding, it would be cool. Oh wow, Arducam that uses the same sensor as the Seestar. Wiley site, does Alp do that? Does that allow what Cosmic Ray is asking about downloading the log from the Seestar? Because I know there's a way to do it. Of course, completely unsupported, but there is a way to do it. 141, 40 bucks. Oh, that would be a cool one. Yeah, so if it was Cosmic Ray, if you have Alp and if you go to support, it has the support bundle will include, if you check this, it will grab the logs from the Seestar and dump a zip on your computer. Have a good night. Yeah, definitely. Thanks. Thanks, you too. Hope things calm down for you. But yeah, Alp does use that command. Yeah, but I think you have to check the box to grab the logs from the Seestar itself, because otherwise it's just getting Alp logs, I think. This looks cool. 40 bucks. Same sensor as the Seestar. No, you don't need it. Just the normal Alp. It ends up making a when it's connected to the Seestar. Yeah, it's there for all platforms. Yeah, the checkbox is needed. Yeah, but basically it's making this API call that pulls the logs off the Seestar if you check that box. I don't remember how that if that was something. I don't know where that came from, that feature. But in this case, it could be helpful. But this looks cool. 40 bucks. I think it just downloads whatever logs are there. So if it has multiple days of logs, I would guess it would grab them all. But I don't know that for a fact. Wiley site might have a better idea. Actually, I have it right here. I could test it out since the Seestar is running and it's not doing anything else. It's thinking. Hopefully it didn't break. Yeah. It called get file. Get server log is the API call. Let me see what's inside of it. Oh, interesting. It's got a zip inside of it, a zip. So I unzipped the contents of that zip that it downloads, and it has like the Alp logs, but then it has the Seestar logs. So let me unzip that. Oh, interesting. I've never done this before. That's interesting. Temp, ZWO. Yeah, it has a bunch of log files. That's pretty cool. Log imager, solve output. And then it's got a backup of previous logs. So that should do it. Yeah, see, look at this. It's got, these are logs off the Seestar. Nice. Wow. It's got some stuff on there. That's cool. So, yeah. Yeah, you would think. It's kind of like, here's the logs for you. Don't ask me how I got them, but here they are. Wait. Yeah, so it generate a, it's like it was called gen support bundle.zip. So once you unpack that zip and inside of that zip and inside, it's I got all of these files and logs.zip. Am I back? Yeah, so if you notice, I am, let me just check. Yeah, if you notice, everything is gone. The OBS acted up again. I think I need to get rid of the multi-streaming and switch back to just hardware encoding. So anyway, this might be a good point to end it. It is. I will mention. Oh, so sorry. So Cosmic Ray said he didn't get any of it. So what you need to do is take the zip, the Gen Support bundle zip, unzip it, and inside that zip is a Seestar zip. And then that zip is what has the Seestar logs. The outer zip has that zip and then the Alp logs, which you don't need. It's just the, and then Wiley Sight said, ironic that YouTube has a buffering emote. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Cosmic Ray. Anyway, so I'm looking at the all sky camera, which you can't see now because I'm back on the hardware encoder, but it's completely clouded over. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. At least I feel like we've covered some ground here, even if there wasn't any observing. It's kind of disappointing, but the next clear weather will be on Monday. Monday looks good, but if Starfront gets my Seestar installed, I could possibly go live Sunday evening, whenever they go live and it's a clear night. I'm gonna or once it's installed on a clear night, I'm gonna go live, whether it's clear here or not, to do kind of our first light live stream. But otherwise, yeah, hang out, join Discord, hang out there. Stephen Fox often has some nice weather, so we can he'll stream the sun or some neat southern targets. Seiko will do that as well too. But oh yeah, Star Traveler, my sky is clear up at 3 a.m. just in time. Yeah, as the moon rises, that's a bummer. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I seem to have plenty of horsepower right now. The CPU's not pegged. So I'm not sure why it's acting up today, but I think I'll leave it at that. And thanks for joining, everybody, even though it's been a little bumpy, but it's all good. It helps. Some of it, the multi-streaming was kind of an experiment. I think I'm going to set that experiment aside for now. I think I'm also going to get it set up where my hardware encoder is ready to go with like some of the overlays. So even if my main computer fails, I can just fail over and just keep going. So that's something to I'm going to look into. But in the meantime, thanks for joining, and have a good evening and clear skies. There will be no outro, so it's going to be a hard stop on the stream. But thanks for joining. Wait, let me make sure that it doesn't like accidentally resume. All right, cool. All right. No outro, but have a good night.